Welcome back. All right, now we are going to code a simple table. So here's my structure. I have 11 lines of code here. I have my doc type HTML, which tells me that I am creating an HTML5 document, my HTML tag, my closing tag, opening and closing the page, my head tag, which encloses all of our invisible or style information, my title, which will appear at the top bar of the web page when it's previewed, and it's called Simple Table. And then I have the other two essential tags, my opening and closing body tag. All right, so let's make a really simple table. So here's a table that's a bit of, it's got a bit of work done to it, and we're going to start very, very simply. But let's first all look at the tags. The first tag is my table tag. So that tells me I am creating a table now, Mr. Browser. And that, of course, has a closing tag, which denotes to the browser that you're ending the table. Now we have TR, or table row. All right, and we have a table header here, which we're going to ignore for now. We'll talk about that in a bit. Table row are the rows in your table, and TD, or table data, are the actual cells. All right, so ignoring some of the complexity that's in this table now, let's go ahead and code a very simple table. So here's my table, and I'm going to close that out. Within that table, I'm going to have 3 rows. So I'm going to think about my 3 rows as 3 categories. TR for table row / TR, closing that row. So I'm going to have 3 rows. And within those 3 rows, I'm going to have 3 cells. So we're creating a 3 by 3 table. All right, so within that table, we could have a 1-row table if we wanted. Maybe it's a good idea to start there. So table row. All right, within that table row, I'm going to use table data, TD. And I'm going to close it out right now. This is an empty table. And we're going to make 3 cells in that row. Okay, now let's fill those cells with something. So I'm going to fill that cell with animal, vegetable, and mineral. Save it. Let's go ahead and preview it. Okay, what do we have? A live preview error. I love those. Okay, I'm not getting any red flags here. So I'm going to go ahead and preview it by opening it in my HTML short examples with code. Oh, I see why. I didn't make it .html. Silly me. Yes, I am going to do that. All right, so table simple. So here we have our table. Now, it sure doesn't look like much right now. Animal, vegetable, and mineral. All right, so now let's start adding some data to this table, and then we're going to start adding some actual style to the table. So that will be in part 2 of the video. So for right now, we're going to go back to brackets. All right, so we're going to go ahead and open that again. Table simple.html. All right, so now in the second row of the table, animal, vegetable, and mineral. So I'm actually just going to copy all this code. Well, no, I'm not. I'm going to type it. So that'll make it easier for you to understand. Table row. So here's the second row of our table. And that's going to get 3 rows of data, corresponding, unsurprisingly, to animal, vegetable, and mineral. Okay, animal, cat, car, cat. Vegetable, lettuce. And mineral, diamond. Okay, let's save that. Let's live preview that. All right, now we're starting to get some data in our table. Now it's still not very attractive, doesn't have any lines, etc., but you're starting to see how the structure works. All right, so now I'm just going to copy this from table row to table row, and we'll add another level of data to our table. So another animal, mouse. For our vegetable, I think I'm going to choose tomato. And for a mineral, I'm going to choose onyx. Save. And here we go. So here's a very, very simple table. And I'm going to stop it at that, and we're going to start to style the table in a moment.